Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Duck Films, and what I got for you today is the ultimate guide to Ivy. Whether you're completely new to the game and just picking her up, or maybe you're just looking for some tips and tricks, well, luckily enough you've come to the right place. Subscribe if you're new and let's get started. First, I want to get started with both Ivy's strengths and weaknesses. Now, one of Ivy's major strengths is her movement speed and just her mobility in general. Now, she's one of the only characters that has 4 stamina bars, again allowing for a ton of movement. Resulting from that movement, another strength she has is split pushing. The high mobility allows for quick split pushing, and if you feel threatened, you have a ton of mobility to escape from any opponent trying to catch you. Now, she's also very good in a teamfight setting with her supportive utility. Both her first, second, and third ability are all quite useful in a team fight. You have an AoE slow and damage, a healing ability, and a stun ability. Now, some of her weaknesses are her laning. Although she has a tendency to survive very well in lane, she's not the best laner. She doesn't have the best kill pressure in the early stages of the laning phase like other characters, so a weakness that I have found and exploited on her is, well, her bad laning phase. And she doesn't have a ton of poke, making her not ideal for the laning phase, but again, once the laning phase is over, her strengths will shine more. Now that we have that out of the way, let's talk a little about her abilities. Ivy's first and probably primary ability is Kutsu Bomb. You summon a patch of choking vines that damages and slows enemies in its radius. And especially after the recent buffs, it's pretty insane. And on the first ability point upgrade, it's +1 charge. On the second ability point upgrade, it's +2 second duration. And on the fifth and final upgrade, it's +50 DPS and +2 meter radius. Ivy's second ability is titled Watcher's Covenant. You gain bonuses and automatically connect with a nearby ally to share them. Healing is replicated among all those connected, and connection requires line of sight. The upgrades for the Covenant are as followed. First ability point upgrade is +10% fire rate. On second ability point, it's +2 meters a second movement bonus. Then on the fifth and final count, it's +1 tether count. Ivy's third ability is turn yourself into impervious stone and smash into the ground, stunning and damaging enemies nearby. One of the major things about this ability is it heals you for a percentage of your max health. You also have some air control before falling. Now the upgrades are as followed. The first ability point upgrade is a -19 second cooldown. The second is +80 damage and plus stun for 0.5 seconds, making the stun total duration 1.25 seconds. On the fifth and final upgrade, it's +20% max health. So again, extremely useful in the laning phase to sustain and just to keep yourself alive. Ivy's ultimate ability is titled Airdrop. You take flight with an ally or a bomb, you drop your ally or bomb to cause a large explosion that causes movement slow. Ivy and the ally gain a bullet shield when flying ends. While lifted, your ally gains bullet resist but cannot attack and deals -50% damage. Airdrop has faster cast time when targeting an ally. This ability is great for moving around the map and just causing a whole bunch of chaos. Another thing to note that a lot of people miss is that if someone picks up the urn, you can pick someone up with Airdrop and transfer the urn across the map pretty quickly. Then the upgrades for Airdrop are as followed. On the first ability point upgrade, it's -20% bullet resist on enemies hit for 12 seconds. Then on the second ability point upgrade, it's +300 bullet shield and +5 meter explosion radius. Then on the fifth and final upgrade, it applies silence on enemies hit for 4.5 seconds. So a super useful tool in a teamfight scenario. Now with her abilities out of the way, let's talk about her actual playstyle. Now to be honest, there's a ton of different ways to play Ivy. I'm not going to say one playstyle is better than the other, but for the video and guide example, this is the playstyle we're looking at. So for Ivy's playstyle in the early stages of the laning phase, and well, just the early stages of the game, because Ivy doesn't do a ton of damage until she gets some pretty core items, you're basically going to be wanting to prioritize farming and split pushing lanes. You're pretty much just soaking up damage, moving people with urn, trying to get your teammates in and out of fights, and again, you're really just prioritizing farming here. Then once you start getting your items and upgrading your abilities, because of the insanely high mobility Ivy has, a lot of the time I would say you should prioritize ganking lanes. Again, because of your high mobility, it might catch enemy laners off guard, and because of the ganking, it allows yourself and your teammate to be in a better position. And then another general playstyle for her is that you're essentially the urn taxi. If you're not in any team fight, you're encouraging your teammates to try to pick up the urn so you can just ferry them from A to B, allowing you to maximize your souls and buffs because you have the ability to move the urn so quickly across the map. Now another thing to note is because Ivy has such high fire rate with her weapon, you really need to understand how to slide. Sliding allows you to have unlimited ammo in the sliding animation. Because Ivy's weapon is such a crucial part of her kit, you want to min-max the amount of ammo you can hold at a time. Of course, if you're doing the weapon damage build. Speaking of builds, let's talk about the builds. Now before I get anyone annoyed and pissed off, yes, there is a ton of builds. 3 of them in particular. There's the weapon damage build where you're prioritizing weapon items to maximize the DPS of your gun that you can do. Then there's a build that primarily focuses on the Kutu bomb, dumping a ton of souls into the spirit damage items, which allow you to do a ton of AoE damage. Then last but not least, there's a full support build that prioritizes supporting your teammates and just helping out when necessary. And in my eyes, especially a game like Deadlock, honestly it's up to you of what build you want to play. It all depends on your playstyle and how you like to play it. But for video's sake, we're going to be looking at a gun DPS IV build. Now the gun build that I find myself using is a flex build off of Tripic, so shout out to Tripic for this build. So again, like I stated earlier in the video, Ivy doesn't have a ton of early game pressure, so we need to survive a little bit longer. First things first, we're going to be looking at extra regen. Of course we need it because we need to survive. We're going to be looking at headshot booster to get a little more damage, and you can get headhunter later on if you really wanted to for more damage and lifesteal. We're doing a restorative shot even though she has stone form and her covenant. We'd need that extra bit of HP, it's always nice. We're doing a hollow point ward because it's a very good item and it does wonders against spirit users. Sprint boost because we want to maximize her movement speed. Ammo scavenger because why not, it's very good to keep our ammo up. Then we have healing right, again a great item in general, especially if you're in a losing lane. Build into a health Nova if you want to play a little more teamful, want to watch out for your teammates. Then at the mid game core, we're looking at bullet lifesteal because we're again prioritizing our weapon build, so bullet lifesteal is a must. We're doing enduring speed because it allows us to move around the map a lot faster. Healing booster because we bought healing Nova if you wanted to, but this is also extremely useful for your stone form and Watcher's Covenant. Quicksilver reload is a really great item to maximize your amount of damage that you're outputting because again we're building weapon damage, so we want to have as many bullets as possible. Intensifying magazine is very good when you slide. Burst fire, again more slide, more slide. Tesla bullets, you can use Tesla bullets if you see fit. It's a very optional and useful item. Of course, it's optional. Heroic Aura can be very good as it gives you that move speed and bonus health, and that sliding. Escalating resilience is only if you need it. It turns you into a tank. Again, this is optional. It depends who you're playing against. And then we have Suppressor and Bullet Recess Shredder. As it implies, works with Tesla bullets, which is very good. Suppressor is just a very good item in general to have. Then for our late game, we have Lucky Shot, we have Vampiric Burst for that burst of lifesteal, also Leash for that lifesteal, Improved Spirit Armor, and Mystic Slow. Then these are all optional, and it depends who you're playing against. We have Active Reload, if you see fit that you need to reload a lot. And if you're not prioritizing sliding, buy Active Reload. Reactive Barrier if you're against high burst characters. Heal Bane if you're against characters that have a ton of lifesteal. Same with Toxic Bullets if there's characters with a ton of lifesteal. Headhunter if you feel like you're hitting a lot of headshots, might as well buy it. Sharpshooter can be good. Decay is a very useful active item. Same with Withering Whip. Spirit Armor, Bullet Armor if you really need it. If you feel like you're taking a lot of damage. Divine Barrier is really great. Divine Barrier is just a really great item in general. Curse is also very good if there's like a super fed haze, etc. Mega late game, Siphon Bullets can be good, Inhibitor can be good, Ricochet Glass Cannon can be good, and then we have Superior Cooldown, which you would slap on your 1. Ethereal Shift to keep yourself alive. Divine Kevlar if you find yourself ulting a lot. Again, this build prioritizes your weapon build, so Divine Kevlar is up to you, but it's always a good buy. But all in all, Ivy can be useful in a lot of different scenarios. She's extremely useful in split pushing, she's amazing at helping teammates get the urn across the map, she's also again extremely good in team fights, and this the amount of potential she has with all the different builds you can do for her, pretty much make her a jack of all trades. Now again, this video isn't here to tell you a specific way to play Ivy, this one example of many other ways you can play this character. And again, hopefully this video has helped you in some way, shape, or form, and if you like this content and you would like to see more, why not hit that subscribe button? I would love to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. But anyways, I hope you have a great day and I'll catch you in the next one.